Hi, I take it there's going to be a mass demonstration of fuel prices and things like that, and the plan is to block a load of roads. I've got an idea. Why don't you find out whether the boss of Shell and all these people that are involved in what you're demonstrating and stand outside their house. See how long it is before you have a cordon of police round you kicking the crap out of you. Okay? I'm not into this and I don't support this. I'm not into pissing off people I want to join me. That's the last thing you can do. Okay, you need you know how it works is that. Okay, let me explain this story. I was talking to my sister, who was a lesbian, one day, and we were talking about this whole thing of LGBTQ rights, and she said, "You know what, Kev? You're our powerless weapon." And I went, "What?" And I went, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" And she said, "You're white, you're European, you're heterosexual, you're Christian. Yeah? More of you guys join our side and we'll get bigger and powerful." It's getting the opposites. It's getting those people who have probably had a hard week, who might be going on holiday with their family. People who've been working probably 2 or 3 jobs a week so they can have a break. And that's who you're going to upset. You're not going to upset any of the bosses, anybody who has any being in this. It's like what they did it when Extinction Rebellion did it in London. And they caused the biggest traffic jam in London for fucking years. The bosses just jumped in helicopters and flew home, which put out more fuel, by the way. Aviation fuel is one of your biggest dumpers of that. And that's one of the reasons why I don't support Extinction Rebellion. So who are you going to actually piss off, really? You're going to piss off the people you live with, who are going to turn around and say, "Fucking hippies, ruining everything for us." A good friend of mine said to me about all these environmental groups, environmental people, a lot of middle and upper class people with job connections and life connections getting a lot of working class people with no connections, criminal offences. The guys who went down for that Bristol riots, one of them got 3.5 years. That's his life fucked. For good. Honestly. He's never going to get a work permit out of this country. He can be refused into any country now. They can refuse him. It's very, very lucky he didn't get done for inciting a riot. Because it would have been a bigger sentence and he would be deemed an at-risk. He'd go quite high up on the at-risk list. Do you understand that? This is the consequences of it. I speak to all my working class friends. Be careful who's telling you to do what. Make sure they do it as well. I was told by a couple of ex-British soldiers, he said, "You don't understand the rioting. There was these people at the back, and you knew they were IRA, and they're the ones who were controlling you. They were the ones, and we couldn't touch them. Be careful who's telling you to do what." I mean that. I really, really mean that. I've had to learn that lesson myself very clearly. So again, I ask you, who are you really pissing off? Peace, love and out.